Hi and welcome everyone. I believe we are live. I am Eva Hyllestad for those of you who don't know me, and I would appreciate it if you let me know if you're tuning in live or watching this in replay, and say hello and let me know where you are at in the world, and we'll just take it from there. I will go into my Facebook account to see if there are any comments coming in there. So let me just have a quick look here. There we go, right screen. I'm handling this on my own, so it's not always that easy to recognize who is, no, what's going on. So let's start again. Hello and welcome. I'm Eva Hyllestad, and I don't know about you, but if you know this, actually, that the 21st of September, we celebrate the World Gratitude Day. Now, some people celebrate Thanksgiving, and that's brilliant. Some people are celebrating the 21st of September. That's brilliant. But sometimes we tend to forget to be grateful throughout the year. And I want to take a moment here to talk about gratitude. But in the meanwhile, if you are joining live, take time to say hello and where you are tuning in from, so we can have some kind of grateful conversation throughout this session. Now, I have set up this live stream to be about 1 hour, but it also depends on you guys who are actually tuning in and the interaction we will have together. So I don't want to go too long over that hour because of my respect for your time and also respect for my own time, as it is evening here where I am. So gratitude, I don't know how many of you are paying gratitude every single day. Not a lot of people do that, but let me know in the comments if you are one of those people who actually pay gratitude daily. And also let me know how you express that gratitude, either through writing or maybe a verbal conversation. Maybe you are recording some audios to yourself. Maybe you are just thinking the thought, oh, I am grateful for that. Regardless of how you express gratitude, let me know how you do it, because there are so many ways that you can actually show appreciation and gratitude each and every day. Now, I want to start up with saying that gratitude, or having an attitude of gratitude, that is a phrase many of us have heard, but some people don't really get what that includes. First of all, if they are to define attitude, they are going like, I'm not sure what you mean by defining attitude. And also by asking people, can you define gratitude? And people will say, well, that's being thankful. Yeah, but thankful for what? And then a lot of people will say, thank you for the money, or thank you for all the things, the big things they have. But in the same sentence, they also say, but I want this. I'm not fully grateful until I have all these material stuff, or until I have found love, or until my kids can behave themselves. So we contradict the gratitude with complaining or blaming something else. So we are not fully in the moment of appreciation and gratitude. So let me just see here what's going on over at Facebook. Pardon me. So yeah, no, I can't see any comments. Maybe I'm on the wrong page. Let me just give me a moment here. Now that is the right one. So I can see there are 3 people tuning in. Let me know who you are and where you're tuning in from. That would be awesome to have a conversation with you. But when I'm talking about an attitude of gratitude, it is actually taking the time and being consciously aware of the things that you can be grateful for without contradicting that gratitude with something you can complain about or blame something or making an excuse of something. An attitude of gratitude is actually you taking responsibility to consciously sit down, take a moment. You don't have to do this all day, every day, but if you set aside 5 minutes every day, you will get a long way with your gratitude. Now, with gratitude, if you show your appreciation for things, you will get into that good feeling, that wonderful state of mind, and you will glow more when you meet the day, and that you are sharing this gratitude vibration to the world. And that means that you become a magnet for even more things to be grateful for. When people see you smile, that you are content, you are happy, guess what? They will smile back at you. And that is truly something to be grateful for. It's the minor little things that we forget to take in. We don't notice them, we just take them for granted. And so they go over there and we keep blaming and complaining and making excuses. So Glenda is here. Thank you for tuning in, Glenda. She's just started writing her gratitude list in her journal. Oh, that is awesome. I remember when I started writing my gratitude journal, I had an own book with only gratitudes when I first started, and I'm going to tell you the story. Stating the reason why I'm grateful for the particular things. Yes, and that's also a good point. One thing is to be noticeable about what you're grateful for, but also why are you grateful for the things you are grateful for? What kind of emotions do you have inside? What kind of feelings do you have, and etc. So Glenda is saying she just started writing about her gratitude, and that leads me into my own story about gratitude and appreciation. All through my life, I've been a smiley person. I've been laughing, I've had fun and joy, and the outside world thought I was a happy, truly, truly happy person, and with a lot of good fortune. People said I was so lucky, I was more lucky than most. And in many ways, people were right. But inside, I was suffering, I was choking myself. And at one point, not many years ago, I was in a deep black hole. And I honestly thought the world would be better without me. It was that dark. But one incident happened, and it was my own fault, my own bad thing. I was drinking a lot, and late at night I was actually drink driving. And the next morning I woke up and I couldn't remember how I got home, why I was sleeping in the guest bed, my own guest bed, instead of my own bed. And I couldn't remember where I had parked the car or where the car was and who I had interacted with the previous day or previous night. And I felt this panic just taking over. And my morning routine at the time was just go straight into the kitchen and set the kettle on for my coffee and then go to the bathroom. But I froze as soon as I came into the kitchen because I could see the car parked just outside the kitchen window. And I was pretty sure there was a blood stain on the car and a dent in the car. And I was freaking out because I couldn't remember what had happened. Luckily, it wasn't a dent, there wasn't a blood stain, but I was hallucinating and I was in a real state. Now, the flip side of this, the silver lining on this story is I actually realized I don't want to die, and I don't want anyone to die because of me. So I decided to sober up and figure it out, what I needed to figure out to feel more joy, true joy, not just, hello, I'm happy, but real joy from inside, and feeling content, feeling fulfilled, all those brilliant feelings that I believe everyone is craving in life. It took some time. I was sober for 4 or 5 months. And during that time, I discovered I had been drinking quite a lot, not because I thought it was to have fun. It was actually to cover up the pain I was feeling inside myself. And through that time, I actually discovered a blog post. A man, he had similar problems that I had at the time. And well, in here, there wasn't real problems. They were a mental state. And I read his blog, and he said he had been on this journey of 100 days of gratitude. And I read through his blog, and it was like he spoke to me. And I thought, hang on a minute, I can do that. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that gratitude, a simple thing as writing down one thing every morning, one thing to be grateful for, would help me. And the first 10, 15 days, nothing happened. I felt like an idiot, to be honest. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the food. I'm grateful for the coffee. Those were the things I wrote down in the beginning, because I couldn't come up with anything else. I had my husband, I had my house, I had my kids, I had my dogs and cats, I had friends, all these things. I still have many of those things. So don't get me wrong, I didn't put that out of my life, but I had children to be grateful for, but I didn't feel the gratitude I thought a mother should feel. I didn't feel the gratitude that I thought a daughter should feel towards her parents, because my parents was still alive and are still alive today. I didn't appreciate the things, the material stuff I had around me. It was quite a lot. And it was not just cheap stuff picked up in the marketplace. Not that there's anything wrong about that, but some of the things I actually had was quite expensive stuff, but I didn't feel anything. But I had this urge of always going out and purchase something to make me feel good for a moment. I don't know if you can relate to that, but that was me. So I had to go through something, and I started my 100 days of gratitude journey. I wrote at least one gratitude each morning. And after 25 days, I noticed something shifted. For the first time, I was smiling from inside, not just putting on a smile, but I was smiling from the inside, and I felt good. And I truly wanted to go out and explore the world. And it was like a magnet, go out there and find something more to be grateful for. And I noticed every morning after that, I was eager to get to my journal to actually write down my gratitudes. And it first started with just, I'm grateful for my coffee, or I'm grateful for the food I eat. But then I started adding to it why I was grateful. And with that, the awareness of all the good things that were around me at the time, I became like, it was like a euphoria. And I could go around the house looking for things. Oh yeah, I'm grateful for this thing. And I'm grateful for the dog bed, because then the dog can sleep comfortable at night or during the day. So I had all these things going on within me. And I can't remember what day it was, but when I came to my 100 days, I thought I had gotten wings to fly with. I felt so high. And it was a long time, many, many years since I had felt that high, and I knew I was on the right way to recovery. So when people are saying that gratitude changed their lives, I'm one of them. I'm absolutely one of them. So never underestimate what gratitude can do for you. So I don't know if you had that, Glenda, or anyone else who is on here. I can see there are a few people live, and that's cool. I'm truly grateful for you all, just so you know that. Now, there are ways that you can actually show your gratitude more. You can learn to become more grateful for the things you already have, what happened in your past, and you can also pay gratitude towards something that you want to accomplish in the future. If you have a dream of some sort, for instance, you want to go on holiday next year. We have been through lockdown and COVID and restrictions, and there's been a lot of not so good things happening the last 18 to 20 months. But we can still dream. We can still search on the internet for places where we want to go. So we can actually write out in future memory, if I can call it that, or future dreams, we can actually write down in present tense gratitude. For instance, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm spending a month in Italy, which is a dream of mine. And that is not real right now, but it will happen one day. When the time is ready, it will happen. And I have already started planning out. I know where to go. I know what I want to see. I have a list of people I'm going to meet. And I start to get that feeling. It's almost like being there. I've never been to Italy, ever. I don't know how it is really, but I can watch YouTube videos. I can read blogs. I can watch, look up pictures, and I can frame them into a vision board, and I can look at them and I'm like, it will be so good. And then I can sit and write down. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm on a month tour or holiday in Italy, and I get into that feeling, and I can even close my eyes and like, yeah, now I'm in Milan. Yeah, now I'm in Rome. Yeah. So I'm just confirming that I'm actually there without being there. Maybe that sounds silly, but it is a way to do that. And you can do that with just about anything that you want in your life, anything that you dream of. If you have a business, or if you want to climb the ladder in your company, maybe you want a new form of education or a higher grade. Maybe you want to become a better athlete. Maybe you want to lose weight or gain weight, for that matter. I have a friend, she is constantly struggling to gain weight, but she's learned to say that she's not struggling anymore. I'm not struggling. And she is paying gratitude towards, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am of a weight that is suitable for my body height. So, you know, it's about the things you want instead of focusing on the things you don't want. If you are taking a time throughout the day, walk through your house, for instance, and notice all the things that you have. Maybe you got some pictures of your family. Maybe you were on a holiday once. Maybe you had a Christmas photograph taken, and that Christmas were particularly good because everyone was there. And just take a time, just a few seconds, and a minute or two, and go back and think about that time and be grateful for that time and the memories you have from that time, if that makes you feel good. And notice the feeling, and you can, I'm pretty sure if you take it a little bit further, you can remember the smell, the taste of the food, the touch of the hugs you gave each family member, the laughter, the music that was playing, everything you can start to notice as if you are back there. It's like a time machine. So you can pay gratitude for that. And also, while you're walking through your house, notice the things that you have purchased. Maybe it took you some time to purchase that brilliant sofa of yours. It's a massive big thing maybe, and it's corner sofa and you can relax in it. It's suitable for all your family members. You have space for friends coming over. It's comfortable. You can relax, maybe have a snooze in it. Whatever it is that you appreciate about that sofa. Think about that sofa that way. Now you can take it a bit further. You bought that sofa from the shop. The shop bought it from the factory. The factory has factory workers. And so all of the key elements to actually make this sofa come alive, you can appreciate that as well. Now, that's hard for many people to grab. Like, why do I have to be grateful for the people who are actually making this? Well, if nobody was making the things we have, we couldn't have them. They wouldn't be here, right? So, and if you have something that you created yourself that you're very proud of, be grateful for that as well. Take your time, take a moment to be grateful for that. So let's see if we have more comments in on Facebook. I can't see anything, and they have someone still there. That's good. No worries. If you're tuning in at a later stage and watch this in replay, let me know about that. So Glenda is asking, I also started doing something like, okay, she was doing something like that. I call it my perfect day, and here I plan my perfect day, doing all the things that I desire, just how I like it. I visualize and write what I envision. That is brilliant. Visualizing and creating affirmations, do the auto-suggestion in addition to paying gratitude. Those are very powerful tools for you to expand your appreciation and expand the things of positivity that you want into your life. And it's not just into your life, but because you yourself are grateful, you yourself pay gratitude towards others and yourself and the things around you. People around you will mirror you, and it will have this positive ripple effect. So think about it when bad things happen in this world, because it do. Think about what you can do to make it a little better where you are right now. If not for others, do it for yourself at least, right? And we all have family members, so we can pay more gratitude towards them. Now, there is, I was into this a little bit, is the play the appreciation game. You can do this inside your home. And this is a fun game to play, actually. You can do it inside your home. Then you can go out to your garage and look around your garage and see if there's anything there you are truly grateful for. Maybe you have a car that will take you from A to B, and you might also be able to go on holidays with your car. Many people in the world don't have a car. I don't have a car. But it is, if you truly appreciate the car, yeah, maybe it needs a little bit repair. It might not be the best model or the most modern car, but you have a car that is working, and that takes you from where you want to go to where, no, from where you are to where you want to go. You can go weekly shoppings and buy all the things that you want in one go, instead of walking down to the shop every day because you don't have a car. And then you can only bring so much with you each time you go to the shop. That's just an example. Now you go walk around the garden if you have a garden, or go down to the park. If you're working outside your house, and notice the things from a different point of view, another perspective that you didn't do before. Look at all, truly look at all the people you meet. You don't need to watch them in the eyes, but you can look at their jackets, their shoes, watch them in the distance. Maybe there is a family talking to each other, hugging each other, saying, see you later, alligator. Maybe there are people on the bicycle with a cool collar. Maybe there are flowers on the sidewalk. You didn't even see that before because you are so used to walking down this path. When you go into the grocery store, notice the people in there, but also notice things that you normally don't look for. And you will think, oh, this shop has actually got more than I knew it had. So it is an abundance of things in that grocery shop or the clothes shop or whatever shop you go into. Just notice the things that you normally won't notice because you're so used to going just in there, get what you want, out again. So we tend to take the time, forget to take the time and appreciate those things. Now, sometimes things happen to us, and at the moment, it might not feel so cool. I will tell you another story about an incident I had many, many years ago. I was working for a sales company, and I had to fly back to my city. We had a big meeting in the main capital of my country. And the air shuttle taxi had messed up the time, so that I was taken to the airport way too late, and I lost my plane to go back. Now, luckily, it wasn't my fault. So I was able to rebook my ticket for the next flight. And I had 3 more hours. I was so tired after 3 days, big company meeting. And I just wanted to go home to my kids. And I was, no. So the first thought was, oh, crikey, 3 hours before? Oh, no, that would be a so long wait. But then I realized I have a book in my pocket or in my bag. And there's an open bar there who says, fine, I'll just go over there, have a glass of wine, put on some classical music, read my book, and just wait for the next plane. Now, when I got home, I realized I would actually get $75 from the air shuttle company because they messed up. So like to pay me for the inconvenience of the extra 3 hours. And later the same day, I also read in the newspaper that the plane I was supposed to travel with had to return to the airport. And the people on that plane, which I was supposed to travel with, had to stay the night in the capital because there were no later flights after the time they returned to the airport. So there was a silver lining there for me. I actually got home to my children. I could sleep in my own bed only 3 hours later. So it is fine seeing something good in the bad, to put it like that. So I hope that can be helpful for you. Let's see. I have a few notes here. So yes, I want to show you this. This is a little stone, gray stone, that, I don't know if you can see it. It's nothing fancy, right? This is my gratitude stone. Now you can have a token. This I got as a gift from a friend of mine in Spain, or 2 gifts actually, and they're handmade. And I actually used this smaller one. I could hang it here, but I haven't done that yet. I actually take the smaller one sometimes with me on a walk, especially on rainy days, because this gives heat to in a strange way. It just fills me up with pure joy for some reason. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm ever so grateful for this gift from my friend. But this stone I found one winter morning walking in the beach together with my dog, and it was a few other stones in that area, but for some reason this gray stone just took my attention. It was like, come and pick me up, come and pick me up. So I did. And stones are normally cold, especially on a winter morning. So the sun was just coming up, so it didn't reach the stone yet, so it couldn't have warmed up the stone at all. But this stone actually felt warmer than the other stones around it. It was so strange. And I'm just, yeah, I'm taking you with me. And I have this stone. And sometimes when I need some extra inspiration for doing my gratitudes, I can sit and just feel this stone. And it gives some kind of energy into my hand that vibrates into my body. And I have more things to be grateful for. And I actually do gratitudes every morning. It's part of my morning routine. I normally come up with 10 different kinds of gratitudes. And for each one of them, I take the time to think about why I'm grateful for the things I've written down. And then I take an extra moment after that to feel the emotions, feel the energy that comes with that gratitude and the thought of that gratitude. So if you are writing a gratitude journal, I will highly recommend you to also add the feelings to it. Hola, Mohammed, ¿cómo estás? So we have people tuning in from Spain as well. That's brilliant. So, right, I can go on, and I want to give you a free gift. You don't have to come up with your email address or nothing. At the end of this call, I'm going to share a link with you to my blog, which I've written about gratitude, and I will continue to expand on gratitude articles. So I just wanted to give you something at the end of this call, so you have some gift from me on this special day. Now, there's another way, yet another way to show appreciation and gratitude, and that's actually by writing a letter to the people you are grateful for and why you are grateful for that person. What is it that you appreciate about this person? It could be a friend, it could be family, it could be co-workers, it could be teammates, it could be anyone in your circle of people. It could also be people you have met online but never met in person. Maybe they are very good at lifting your mood up, or they are always funny sharing some jokes, or they just make you feel better that day. So you can write them a letter. It don't have to be a written letter by hand, but you can write them an email, or you can just send them a longer gratitude text through Messenger, for instance. Or you can create a nice post and add a nice picture on the Facebook wall or on the Instagram somehow, that you are tagging them in the post and saying why you are grateful for that person. Now, I know, I remember also the same sales company I was with many, many years ago. When I missed that flight, our salesperson, or the boss, he was a little bit rough in his voice. He was a big guy, and he always tried to look a bit sad, but he was funny. He was really funny. And when he tried to be more like, I'm conducting myself here, I have something important to say, it became even more funny. But he was brilliant at appreciating not only the sales staff, he appreciated everyone in that company, even the cleaners who came in and wasn't even working for the company, they were just hired in to clean the offices. He showed them appreciation, not every day, not every minute, that's not what I'm saying, but he noticed the smaller little details, and I will never forget him about that. And I've heard so many managers or leaders of some kind in any company around the world, when they show appreciation to the staff, and this is also scientifically proven, when they show appreciation towards their staff, the staff feel more important. They know they are noticed. They feel valued. Guess what happens? They give more back to the company, to their work. They do more. They go beyond what is expected of them. And the more they do, the more appreciation they get again. And we are on the positive roll. So think about who you can send an appreciation letter to, or just a thought. Because sometimes a thought can be just as strong as a letter if you don't have time to sit down and write just now. Now, I will also suggest, and maybe you will find it hard to take this in, but write a gratitude letter to someone who hurt you in the past, or to everyone who hurt you or made you feel bad in some respect from the past. So it's like finding the silver lining in that hurt. Did you learn something from it? Did you think, well, I'm never going to do that, and you decided you would never treat people the way that person treated you? So that is a positive outcome out of a negative event. You don't have to send this letter to that person or that note to that person, but you can just write it down and say, I'm so happy and thankful that you treated me that way, in that shitty way, that taught me not to treat people in the same respect. So I become a better version of myself. Maybe you also treated people in a shitty way at some point, but you never thought about it. It was so common because everyone in your environment did it. So it was normal. But when you got hurt from it at some point, you didn't think it was so cool anymore. So you changed your way. So if you have anything like that, or if you had any really bad incidents, and I know it can be hard to overcome things like that, but if you can forgive and forget, you are not forgetting. That's not what I'm saying, but you can forgive. So you're not living in that state of being a victim. You are taking charge of your life and you are making it better. So I can't, something jumps up on my screen. Just a minute. So Mohammed is saying, watching, stay safe. Yeah, it was a message there, but I think it disappeared. I don't know. Right. I'm sorry about that. Now, so think about that. Or maybe you did something to someone else and you can actually go back and say, I'm sorry, but here's my take from that event, and I will never treat anyone in that respect or say those things anymore, you know. So you get over that bad incident and you find a positive outcome out of it. It's also a way to show your appreciation and gratitude. So lastly, I want to take up a gratitude towards yourself. Do you do that? Do you tell yourself, I love you? It sounds silly, baby, but let's say you are in a relationship and your partner never tell you, I love you. How would that make you feel? Or you are in a relationship, your partner always say, I love you, and you are starting to get frustrated about it because you never say, I love you back. You just, he should know or she should know, I love that person. I'm here, am I not? You know? But if you are one of those persons who never hear, I love you, or you hear it less than you like to hear it, tell yourself you love you. There's nothing wrong by loving yourself, as long as it's in a healthy matter. You are not getting obsessed by it and everyone else are idiots. That's not what I mean. But start to appreciate yourself, all the good that you are doing, all the good things you're doing, all the good thoughts you have, all the good deeds, everything you've done in the past, everything you plan on doing today and in the future. Appreciate that. Tell yourself you are a great person. You have done really well lately, and I love you because you are brilliant, you are pretty, you are handsome, you are not too bad at all. Do that to yourself. It's nothing wrong with it, because you will notice that when you tell yourself that you love yourself, others will love you more, because you get this, yeah, I'm confident in myself without being cocky, right? So think about that. Forgiveness letter, but I call it forgiveness letter. Yes, Glenda is saying she does the writing the letter, a forgiveness letter. You can call it forgiveness letter. It is a way of gratitude. It is a way of appreciations, because you're taking yourself seriously, but you're also taking action to move on. So that's part of growing. That's part of living in the moment and not let the past drag with you also into the future. So forgiveness letter is a good word as well. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you a blog post I made, and I posted this morning. And I'll post it in the Facebook chat. So you will find it there. If you want, you can go and read it. What I would like for you to do is to tell me, either in the chat here on Facebook or on my blog post, underneath my blog post, find 1 to 3 things that you are really grateful for, and share it with me, and why you are grateful for those things. And also, let me know what type of gratitudes you do on a regular basis, and what type of gratitudes you want to try on. You don't have to do them all every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But pick at least one type of gratitude. If that is writing down your gratitude in the morning, or taking the time in the evening, thinking about the day and everything that was great throughout that day, you can write that down. Or you can take that gratitude letter, write that down, or forgiveness letter as well, as Glenda mentioned. Or maybe you want to do the 100 days of journaling about your gratitude, which I started with. And if you have more questions about that, I will be happy to share with you. And just let me know. So let me know what it is that you want to take on as your new attitude of gratitude habit, moving on from today and going forward. I would love to hear from you. And also take the time to come back a month from now. Let me now know how you feel after a month, and if you have noticed any changes in your life for the better. So if there's no more questions or anything in the chat, I can see Glenda is saying absolutely. Yeah, I guess that is for the forgiveness letter and gratitude and victim feeling. And just scrolling here to see if there is anything, and I can't. So that's okay. 100 days of gratitude. Yes, Glenda. If you want to know more about that, I will post. I can post that on my profile later, or in my Facebook group. You can also join me inside the Soaring Alliance community, which is my main Facebook group. We are talking a lot about gratitude. We are talking a lot about self-confidence, awareness, mindset, the law of attraction, etc., etc. So if you're interested in that, and you're also an entrepreneur, you are more than welcome to join us. So that's it for me today. I am truly grateful for those who have tuned in, even though you didn't say anything in the chat. That's okay. And I'm truly grateful for those of you who will watch this in replay. Let me know you're doing so. And Glenda is saying, love this session. You are more than welcome, Glenda. And thank you for being here. Love you all. Bye.